Stop questioning whether or not your actions make a difference. It is time to step into the mindset that you can and will spark positive change at work, at home, and in your relationships. I'm Ann Vogt, your culture coach, here to help you grow your confidence and skills to lead with impact. Welcome to What If It Works? Let's create change together. Do you have someone in your life that is showing you signs of disengagement? Maybe it is at work and you have a coworker who refuses to talk through challenges and look for solutions. Or maybe it's someone in your home that is just not engaging with you. Well, let's talk today all about what those signs might mean that they are showing you and how to get them re-engaged in the conversation to create momentum so that both you and they can thrive. Let's go. Happy Tuesday. Today is the first official scheduled podcast that is going out on Tuesday, August 29th. I am excited to now be on a schedule. During the full month of August, podcasts were dropping whenever it worked to put them out there. And now we are going to be launching on Tuesday mornings. So check your podcasts on your drive on Tuesday mornings because this will be in there. Today we're talking about how to re-engage the disengaged. And for my examples today, I am going to be using workplace examples. But as always, in the What If It Works podcast, you're going to be able to apply these strategies and techniques to other people in your life, whether that be a disengaged spouse, or maybe it is a teenager living in your home that you just want them to engage with you. Well, I'm going to give you some strategies and some tips today to do just that. First, let's talk about what I mean when I say disengaged. I want you to think about that employee who is just not communicating with you. And when they are communicating, it is short, it is almost aggressive, or there is a lack of eye contact. It's just, there's a broken connection with this employee. You may also find that they are not willing to collaborate with other team members. They may avoid where people are gathering, like a break room. Maybe they head out to their car and sit in their car instead of chat in the break room. And by the way, I'm not saying anything wrong if you use your break to disengage, but these are just some signs that maybe you would see out of someone that's disengaged. This person may lack punctuality, not stick to their word that they are going to finish a task or accomplish a task. They have a negative attitude toward you, and they're really uninterested in learning new information. That is a sign that someone has become disengaged with you or with the company or with their coworkers. Woo! I can feel some of you right now saying in your head, yep, that is so-and-so. And so let's talk about it. I want to first go to the impact method. The I in impact stands for investigate. Let's investigate what might be happening with this individual. The number one reason people disengage, who in the beginning were engaged, is they do not feel like they are valued. And when people do not feel valued, what is the reason to work hard and give their all if what I am giving isn't even appreciated? So the very first thing I want you to think about is this person valued? And do they believe they are valued by you? So often as leaders, we can say, no, Ann, I value everyone on my team. But do they feel it? You may tell me that. You may look me in the eyes and believe in your soul that you value your teammate or your coworkers. But do they know that? Have you said, I appreciate you, and for what? right? We are going to make sure that we are giving compliments focused on behaviors that the person is taking and how that helps us or how that will help them in the long run. So first and foremost, you need to investigate, does this person feel valued? And if not, you're going to give them some appreciation. The other thing you want to think about is, has this person told me things or given me ideas that I have not moved forward with, making them feel less valued, but also not heard? For some people, it takes a lot of courage to walk up to their leader and share something that they have been thinking about, or maybe a solution to a challenge they are running into. And when they get blown off or breezed over, it instantly breaks trust. And when trust is broken and people do not feel heard or valued, they almost instantly start to disengage. I usually use the example of, let's pretend we were going to play a game and I was going to give you all of the rules of the game, but I didn't really tell you how to win. If you don't know how to win, then you are going to lose engagement. You are going to get going. You're going to get confused. Some of you might speak up and be like, whoa, time out. Let's get back to the rules. Tell me how I can win. But there is a majority of people that will look around and say, I don't get it. I don't understand. So I am not going to engage. And so thinking about that, are you being clear in what you need from them in the space that they are in? So are you looking for, are they meeting the expectation? And is engagement part of the expectation or not? Because some of you might tell me, but Anne, I say good morning and I really want them to say good morning back. Okay, well, that comes with building trust and building relationships. Is that an expectation of yours? If it is, then let's make sure that's clear. That I walk around in the morning to check on everybody and make sure you guys understand the task for the day. And when I say good morning, I would absolutely love a response back. But does that really signal disengagement? Or is that maybe somebody who just gets to work and gets started and doesn't need the fluff, right? So really start to investigate what is causing this person to disengage. Another thing that might be causing some disengagement is a lack of, I don't want to say appreciation because that's not what this is, but a lack of positive feedback. So very different than appreciation. Appreciation is, I appreciate how you greet customers as they walk through the door. Where positive feedback is, I've noticed you do this and I've noticed this as a result. And I just want to let you know that that is exactly what we want to see here in this space. Right? That is a little bit different. That is giving feedback on an action versus just saying, hey, we appreciate the way you do that. So you might want to start giving positive feedback based on the actions that they are taking directly related to their role at work. Now let's get into that lack of positive feedback. There may also be a lack of leadership opportunities that causes engagement to go down. I recently was presenting at an annual leadership conference back in May. And while I was there, I got the incredible opportunity to sit down and talk about culture with the CEO. And it was amazing. Something he said that really sat in my mind and made me think about, in other areas and other workplace cultures, is this the norm? He said that when we see an employee just take off and exceed our expectations and give us their all and have or show leadership potential, we instantly have a sit-down conversation with them, their next up in management, and the next level up in management. And we sit them down and we say, hey, we just want you to know we have noticed that you have shown up every day. You're extremely punctual. You are working so hard. You take feedback so well. And we just watch that you are learning and growing. Are you interested in a leadership position in this company? Maybe not tomorrow, but in general, are you interested in moving up in leadership? And if they say yes, they are like fast tracked into the next step up, the next leadership opportunity. If they say, I don't know, I like working here. I like coming in and doing my job. And that's really all I want to do. Then they say, excellent. Please continue to do great work. We appreciate you and we acknowledge that. And we're just so grateful you're here. And he said, we're okay with people saying, I don't want to move up in the leadership ladder. He's like, but we want to find those people who do want to move up and start to help them and train them and teach them the ways of our leaders. And so how incredible to be working at a location and have somebody give you that opportunity early on. Now that, again, does not mean they are fast-tracked into a management position, but when a management position opens up and when there's an opportunity for them to be mentored, it happens and they are flagged as leadership potential. And I want you to think about your place of work. Are you giving leadership development opportunities? Are you helping people see themselves in your company for longer than doing the one task or the one job they were hired to do? And I really think if you started asking that question, are you interested in leadership opportunities? Even to a disengaged person, if they are, that may also help re-engage them. Because now they're thinking, oh gosh, I didn't even know that was possible, which is why I've disengaged. But now knowing that that might be an option, they may start re-engaging. You may be able to ask them some questions about what they believe they would need to do to get to that leadership position so that now they know what actions they're going to need to take and they're very clear on the expectations of how to move up in your place of work. I didn't intend to weave in my strategies while explaining what a disengaged person may show you, but I kind of did. So let's recap it here to give you the strategies in a very simple way. In order to re-engage a disengaged person, we must make sure to help them feel valued and find ways to help increase their belief in their value in your company. So first and foremost, we're going to appreciate behaviors that you are looking for this person to be exuding while at work. So again, catching them doing something incredible, pointing this out one-on-one, build trust first. Then you can ask them for permission to share some appreciation about them at a public space or a larger gathering. But so first and foremost, we're going to appreciate them. Number second, goodness gracious. Number 2, we are going to give positive feedback regarding the work they are doing. So not just a simple thank you for working hard. Thank you for putting in some extra time into that project. We are going to say things like, I noticed you put extra time into that project. And when I went back through the project, I just saw excellence in your written words and how you communicated back with the client. And I want you to know that that is exactly what we're looking for here. And we appreciate what you do. So you're giving them feedback on their actual job, right? And how well they did and why that helps your company. The other way that I did not mention yet that really helps people feel more valued is when you run into a challenge, seek them out for solutions. In a future episode, we are going to be talking about how to do what I call the 2-minute problem solver, how to solve problems in 2 minutes. And by doing that strategy, you're going to be able to loop someone in to get their feedback on a solution. And so simply walk around and say, hey, I've heard from others that this has been a challenge, and I haven't noticed that from you. Is there something you're doing to eliminate that from happening, that challenge from occurring? I'd love your feedback on ways to avoid having that challenge come up. And I noticed you have not mentioned that to me. So that tells me either it's not happening with you or you just haven't communicated that with me. So can you help me understand what you're doing so I can go back and help others? When people feel helpful toward the company or toward their coworkers, that will help them re-engage because they know they are providing value not only to the company, but to others as well. So asking for solutions, noticing if that person is not having those issues, find out why and see if you can use their response as an example to others. So we want to help them increase their value or the belief that they are valuable in your company. The other thing we want to do is help them increase their growth. And so I spoke a little bit about leadership opportunities. Is there a way for them to develop skills and learn more on the job? So on the job training, is there a way for them to grow in their skill set while still doing their job? Is there a way for them to apprentice someone else that they'd like to step into that role in the future? How do you find that out? You go have a face-to-face conversation with this individual. If someone is disengaged and doesn't feel like they are developing as a person in this role, this is a great way to say, hey, I see you doing good things here. Is there another position that you're interested in? I'd love to help you learn new skills if you're interested in that. And again, please remember, some people just want to walk in, come to work, do their job, and walk out. And they're not looking to connect with you, and they're not looking to engage with you. They're looking to get paid. And that needs to be okay. But make sure that there isn't some underlying symptom, underlying reasons why they're disengaging. Okay? So help them increase in their growth. Help them learn other skills and learn other ways, and maybe even mentor someone who is in a position above them to show them we trust you, we value you, and we're grateful you're here. And we want to know how to help you in this role as much as you are helping us. And then lastly, help them grow in their trust. I shared in episode 1, simply using the word trust. I trust you. I trust you'll get that done. I've always trusted you to do this. Things like that will help them grow in their trust as well. And that will, again, help them feel valued and help them re-engage. If you remember from episode 1, building trust increased engagement by 76% in comparing low trust companies to high trust companies. High trust companies had 76% more engagement. And so really think about investigating that trust. Do they trust you? Do they trust what to do? Are they clear in what to do? And then use those strategies to help them grow that trust bridge and re-engage with you. And now the challenge. What if it works? What if you start using words of appreciation, giving positive feedback, seeking solutions from the people that are excelling in their job, but maybe not engaging with you, giving leadership development opportunities? And what if it works? What if this person not only re-engages, but then also engages with others in a powerful, positive way? I want you to try this for the rest of the week. I want you to just set your sights on this person, not in a weird, creepy way. And don't over notice what this person is doing, right? But instead, find ways to weave in some appreciation, some professional development, some positive feedback, asking questions to re-engage this person. And please, you can drop a comment on this podcast episode. You can send me a message over on Instagram at AnnVote. That's ANNVOTE. Let me know. Did it work? And if not, I am here to help you problem solve and work on a couple more strategies to try to get this person to re-engage. I am excited to hear from you. If you are loving these podcast episodes and finding that the actions are something you feel you can take and use right away, please leave a review on the podcast app that you listen to. I would greatly appreciate that. This podcast is just getting started. I would love it if you help me spread the word and share this with other leaders who may be struggling with someone who is disengaged with one small action. One small intentional tweak in their wording could start that re-engagement and grow momentum with this individual. Please continue to go out and create change. Join me back here in September when the What If It Works podcast has a little 4-part series called Phrases That Change the Game. I am going to be giving you 4 phrases that you can implement right away that day in conversation that are going to help you create a thriving culture around you. It is going to be a dynamite series. I cannot wait to share these with you and hear how they help you with the culture that you want to continue to grow and nurture.